This is the Mealtime Magic and Mayhem podcast. I'm Tricia Clark, your host, cooking coach, and kitchen mentor. We're here to talk about all things food, wine, travel, cocktails, and mealtime memories. So many memories are made around the table. We all know mealtime can be stressful, full of chaos and mayhem, but it's also the universal connector, a catalyst for communication and connection, and a time to create magic and memories. So many of our memories are tied to food, and I can't wait to share some of those stories with you here. I'm here to share ideas, inspiration, and stories to help you experience mealtime with a dash of magic and just a sprinkle of mayhem. You can expect new episodes weekly, including a mixture of interviews, personal stories, and some fun conversations about our adventures and misadventures in the kitchen and around the table. I hope you walk away feeling inspired to try something new in your kitchen or around your table to create more connection with your friends, family, and beyond. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the first episode of Mealtime Magic and Mayhem. I'm your host, Tricia Clark, and today we're sprinkling a touch of magic onto your family's mealtime adventures. So get ready for a whirlwind of fun, laughter, and heartwarming moments as we explore how to make your family feel seen, heard, and loved at every meal. So grab your aprons and wands because we're about to unleash the magic and mayhem at the dining table. Today, I'm going to share a list of ideas to help you make your table interaction feel just a little more magical with a little less mayhem. And your family will remember the little nuances that created amazing memories. Let's start with setting the stage for magical connections. Picture this. Your dining table is transformed into a stage where the magic unfolds. Now, it's time to set the stage for enchanting connections by creating a really fun and inviting environment. Now, you can keep this as simple as you want or make it as extravagant as you wish. This is your table and should totally be your style. But I want you to think about fun dishes, maybe that match a theme. So on Asian night, I do ramen bowls and a sake set. Maybe it is twinkling lights. If your kids love fairy lights for a birthday, you can turn it into just a little fairy world by turning down the lights and adding some twinkle. Maybe it's colorful napkins. Maybe you're serving on themed paper plates to reduce the amount of dishes. Or maybe your style is really more of an extravagant tablescape. Think about all these ways that you can make the table more inviting and more fun, because all those little magical touches make mealtime an experience to remember, capturing the hearts and imaginations of your loved ones. It can be super simple, super extravagant. Start small, pick one tweak, and just see what happens. A couple of years ago, my daughter wanted a volcano birthday party, and yeah, she's 22 at the time, but she's always been obsessed with volcanoes and dinosaurs. So we did a few decorations reminiscent of her youth, a super cheesy volcano photo backdrop from Oriental Trading, and everybody loved posing in front of it. We did an erupting chocolate cake because Coke and Mentos, you guys, always do the trick and never get old. I don't care how old you are. We love a good themed meal. So in that typical fashion, I did a quick Google of the traditional foods of Pompeii. I mean, everybody knows about the most famous volcano. And I thought, what did Pompeians eat back in the day? I know this sounds crazy and elaborate, right? But it really wasn't. So I ended up making a really simple lentil soup. And then I used a focaccia bread mix to have bread with it. Very simple. But the only thing extra about it was the decorations I added on top of the bread to remind everyone of an old Pompeian mural. So I added some green onion stems, some herbs, some grape tomatoes that were cut in half and made them look like flowers or plants. Grace was ecstatic. And I have to tell you that 2 years later, everyone is still talking about that dinner. But it was like $15 for a photo backdrop, a quick Google search, and 2 really simple recipes. But it made all the difference in the world to everyone who attended. So there are ways to set the stage without investing a ton of money, without putting a ton of work and time and effort into it. All right, next up, we have spellbinding gratitude spells. I really believe that love and gratitude are magical forces that can transform any mealtime into an energy-changing experience. So I challenge you to have each person at your table share something they're grateful for and then take it a step further. Why are they grateful for that? The why is such an important piece here because these gratitude statements create a positive and infectious energy. Honestly, no matter how shitty your day was, weaving a web of warmth and love that lingers long after the last bite of the meal. positive energy is infectious. We know that energy is contagious. Positive attracts more positive. Negative attracts more negative. It's just one small way to change the conversation from a really crappy day into something wonderful. All right, I really want to talk about unplugging. Setting the phones down in a world filled with gadgets and gazmos, we really need the time to unplug and invite a little fun into the conversation, to truly be present. So I want you to banish those screens, even if it's just for 15 to 30 minutes at the dinner table, and encourage everyone to really be fully present. The most magical connections are made when eyes meet and hearts are engaged. So I'm going to give you some conversational topics that are really going to let those moments of laughter and storytelling and shared experiences weave a tapestry of that sense of community and togetherness around the table. One idea is each meal design a different family member to maybe be the conjurer of conversation. Their task is to bring forth interesting topics or whimsical questions that are likely to ignite conversation around the table. Now, rotating that task allows somebody else to bring forward the questions, which gives you insight into what they find interesting, hence giving you more ideas for future conversation. But I've also pulled some together with a Father's Day theme, since Father's Day is coming up around the corner. But they're sure to create some conversations, some sarcasm, some laughter, maybe even a little bit of roasting, and likely to prompt even more story sharing. So think about questions like this. If you can invite anyone to dinner, who would it be and why? If you could be on a reality show with your mom or your dad, which one would it be? What's your favorite "my dad is crazy" story? Or if you're really trying to engage with your children, what was the weirdest thing that you saw today? It's guaranteed to spark thoughts and give you so much more insight to how your people think and feel about the world than any weather, work, or school conversation. And let's face it, they're going to be way more interesting. So there you have it, dear listeners, a short episode this week, but 3 ways to take your people on an enchanting mealtime journey. With just trying one of these, you'll add the magic, reduce the mayhem, and by infusing your family's mealtime with a touch of magic, you'll create unforgettable moments where everyone feels seen, heard, and loved. And I truly believe that's what we all want with everyone that enters our circle or any circle that we enter. So embrace the whimsy, stir that cauldron of togetherness, and I want you to watch as the magic unfolds at your dining table. Thanks for joining me on this enchanting adventure. If you liked this episode, be sure to click on the show notes to see the links to my Facebook group, Tired to Inspired Cooking, and to grab your Father's Day guide that shows how to have more fun at the dinner table and spice up your mealtime. Stay tuned. Thanks so much for listening. And if you enjoyed this episode, please go hit that follow button, subscribe, leave us a review. And if you're ready to change what mealtime looks like for you, breaking that cycle of chaos and having more fun in the kitchen, build some confidence and discover your love of cooking, schedule your free Dish with Trish call at the link in the show notes. We'll chat a few minutes and you'll walk away with personalized strategies to take your mealtime routine from tired to inspired. See you next time.